Ged, we talk so much in football about preparation and doing things right and being professional. When you've had the result and the performance that you had at the weekend, is a game on a Tuesday night exactly what everybody needs to try and do those things and put it right?
Well, I said after the game on Saturday, I said I can't wait for the Tuesday game. Since we got back after the game, all we've done is prep for Tuesday's game. Obviously looking at the away team Newport and in training today. So we're desperate to get back on that field and put things right. Let's just hope that was just a blip and we go on another good run again.
How do you approach it? Because obviously you've got to look at what went wrong and what the players didn't do correctly. Is it a delicate balance to do that without getting bogged down in it, because you've got to move forward? How difficult is that to achieve?
It is, yeah. This morning we had a chat after the game in the changing room for about half an hour. Some things were said, and we had a chat today again. We watched a bit of the video today. We told them after we've watched the video, we had to cover what we seen on Saturday, but after that, we just put it to bed and we move on to Tuesday's game. And as I said before, hopefully it's just a blip on Saturday, and the game plan never come out. Obviously, I said to you on Saturday, we were going out to keep the crowd quiet after 20 minutes not concede. And the time I bent down and picked my bottle of water up, the ball was in the back of the net. So it never went to plan, to be honest. And when you go 2-0 down at Wrexham after 6 minutes, your whole game plan goes out the window. So it was just at the end, it was just surviving.
Is there a specific thing that you need to do better as a team?
There's a lot. We have to get the ball in their net to start off with. No, we have to play on our front foot, and we will tomorrow. We worked on it in training just now, and the lads were buzzing. We had a good chat about how we're going to play, the tempo we're going to play at, and we will be right on top of them tomorrow, hopefully.
The way that the home games have been this season and the record that you've got at home in the league, how much does it help that this is a home game and you're at the Mazuma, and hopefully you can harness that?
Well, it helps a lot. Hopefully the fans will be our extra player tomorrow and they'll get right behind us. So obviously low on confidence after coming from that game Saturday, but after what we've seen this morning on the training pitch, the lads were absolutely buzzing, and I'm sure they'll be right up for tomorrow's game.
How much confidence does it give players to be at home and have that support?
Oh, 100%. Your home games, especially when you have me meet at home this season, home games count for a lot, and we're going to go into the game as a home team tomorrow and play the way we want to play. Obviously, we've done a lot of work on Newport, but they're going to have to cope with us more than we will worry about them. Yeah,
you talked about game plan. Is that different for every opponent, or is it largely what you want to do with your team, with some elements that are tailored towards the other team?
Now, when you're playing, it's different for every opponent. When you're playing like Stockport and Wrexham, who are flying, you have to go out a different game plan. But when you're playing at home, you have to be more attacking than defending, to be honest. And our best way of winning games, more with the team we've got now, is attacking the other team, getting at them, closing them down, playing a high tempo. And that's what we worked on this morning, so hopefully we can do the same again tomorrow. Yeah,
if you play to your strengths, how much do you need those young attacking players who've been to the fore earlier in the season to do that again?
It's not just the young attacking players, we need everyone. It's not, when they say see the young players attacking, you've got your defence that have to stop the ball from going in the net. So they need to be on their game. The midfielders in front of them have to be on their game, and the forwards have to be on their game. And it's one big chain. And if you keep the chain together, you've got a good chance of getting a good result. If the chain snaps, that's where you come in trouble, like we did Saturday. But believe me, I've welded that chain together.
Newport got a very eye-catching result at the weekend, which I suppose on the flip side of your result shows that sometimes results really can surprise you in this division. What have you made of them, and what did you make of them in their win at the weekend?
It's a fantastic win for them with Stockport on an unbelievable run. So for them to beat Stockport 2-1, they've done really, really well. But we've studied them quite a bit, and they do get the ball from back to front really quickly. So we'll have to be on our toes. They're a hard team to play against. So I'm sure if we move the ball fast, we'll be okay.
How hard is it, from your experience, to back up a performance with a performance? If you've reached the levels that they reached to beat Stockport at the weekend, how hard will it be to do it again?
I'm not sure. They've obviously wrote the look as well. I've looked at the stats that the other thing Stockport had 86 possession and they had something like 20 shots, and Newport's 6 shots, I think. So they've had a lot of luck in that game. Stockport's have obviously been on top. So we're not going to change anything because of their results on Saturday. We're going to play the way we want to play.
Where you are in the league still feels like an opportunity with a couple of games in hand. Is that something that you emphasise to the players, or does that potentially add pressure on an individual game?
No, they know themselves. They see the league table. They know we've got 2 games in hand and put us back in the playoffs. Listen, we're in a fantastic position. We put a good run together, and we will be pushing for the playoffs. That's all we need to do.
And I'm interested because the response to a defeat like you had at the weekend is what you're calling for. I'm wondering whether the players in the last few days have seen a slightly different side to you. You having been around on the coaching pitch and doing the job as first team coach, have they had to see something a little bit different in the last few days?
Well, not yet, but I'd say I've been here 2 months now, 2.5 months. I've lost my temper a little bit sometimes. Saturday was the same, just a little bit. So they know what I'm like anyway. They know I'm very honest. They know I'm open with them. So they know what I want from them. I'm not going to change as being a manager. I'm going to be exactly the same as I am now. That's got me the job, so I think it'll bring me success. And
you talked about how much it hurt you to have that result. It's clearly hurt the players as well. Can you use that? Can that be a fuel?
Definitely, you can make it drives you forward, doesn't it? Anything like that, the fire in your stomach, it just drives you forward. I've been home and listen, not just me, my wife and me 2 lads, and they were at the game Saturday in with our fans. My oldest son had to walk out the game because he couldn't take it. So we're all really hurting big time. As much as the fans hurting, we're hurting just as much, and we want to put things right tomorrow.
Is it hard not to take it home?
Yeah, it is very hard, yeah. I remember, obviously, Coley used to always say, he's past that now, you can't take things home, it'll drive you crazy. But I haven't learned that yet. I've taken everything home with me, but I don't care, I just want to win. I want the fans to be happy, I want the club to be going forward, and that's all we care about.
And being emotional, you know, taking it to heart like that, do you think that's a strength? Do you think that understanding how those fans feel is something that, you know, gives you not an advantage but will help you to do a good job?
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say if you're doing interviews and that and you're on the line, I think people can see right through you. If you're lying and making things up and you're just saying things for the sake of it to get people on your side, I'm just going to speak from my heart in a way. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'll always do that. I'm not going to change. And
what's it going to feel like for you in your first managerial job, confirmed as the full-time manager, leading your team, walking out the tunnel for the first time at your first home game? Is it something you've thought about?
No, till now. Now I'm getting nervous. No, I can't wait. Honest to God, I really can't wait. I'd just love to get the result tomorrow. But if it doesn't go well, we'll move on and go against Saturday. But we will do everything in our power to get a result tomorrow. And
how much is the help of the guys around you, the staff, going to be crucial? People like John McMahon, like Barry Roach, who's been here for so very long. It's your name over the door, obviously, but is it a collective thing? Is that the way it has to be?
100%. This morning, that was the first thing that when I got in. I got told last night. So we come in this morning. I actually got the staff in the office, and I told them it's not just about me. It's all of us. We have to be tight-knit. Matt as well. We all have to be really close together and bounce off each other. You can't do it on your own. You need them good people around you, and we have got really, really good people around us here, so I'm sure we'll be okay in that way. And manager, staff, players, supporters for a home game, if everybody's pulling in the same direction, how formidable do you think that can be? Well, this club, it's always been a tight club, hasn't it? The fans have always been backed up the managers all through, backed up the players, backed up everything, even through the bad times. And obviously, when you get success here, the fans saying on the numbers and they get behind you. So I hope they do on Tuesday. And a slightly more prosaic question: what's the personnel looking like? Is there any differences in personnel? Anybody unavailable or available that you didn't have at the weekend? David's back, isn't he? Suspended Saturday. He's back in the squad tomorrow. Still got Donald and Stewart out injured. But besides that, we're okay, fully fit. Get money for your old phone, MazumaMobile.com.